All right, welcome back, everyone. This is CCB Fozzie, joined once again by Apothony, and we are bringing you the next match in the 12th Alliance tournament. This is Cynosural Field Theory versus CAStabouts, and apparently today is Throwback Day because we are seeing another Dominic's team from Cynosural Field Theory. They have brought triple Dominics, Neros, Hyena, triple Ishkur, Malediction, triple Tristan, and came in at fairly long range, sent the Dommies in 30 and the rest of the team in at 50. And why don't you tell us a little bit about this CAStabouts team, Apothony?
So the CAStabouts team have something that we've seen quite a lot this Alliance tournament. We've got triple Gila, really popular, with two Rattlesnakes as well, so very top-heavy team points-wise with a Simi for Logi. We've got a Corax, typically used to support a Logistics. Then we have two Merlins, a Kestrel, and a Slasher, so a nice round of T1 frigs to finish them off.
So the match has now begun. The teams came in from pretty much opposite beacons, so they're quite a ways away from each other, and there are no drones dropped from the Cynosural Field Theory Dommies yet. It looks, there they go, they're coming in now, and it looks like we got Bouncers.
Yeah, long
Curators.
range.
So yeah, they're going to be trying to do some sniping, probably going to try to knock out that Scimitar, but we'll see how well they do. We're seeing fire already into one of the Dommies of Tinkerhell, the captain for Cynosural Field Theory.
Yeah, the Gila of Lara actually burning straight in the enemy team around the back slightly. Looks like we've got a lot of armor maintenance spots out for the Cyno team, same as they did last time. They really like having a super strong tank. Looks like the DPS, as you say, is being applied to Tinkerhell. Let's see whether or not he can tank. The armor bot's moving over now.
He's going into half armor. He's dropping pretty quickly, and there's no significant damage on the CAStabouts team yet. That suggests to me that they're aiming those drones at something that they can't track. Whatever it is, they're not hitting it, whether it's they're trying to go after one of the Gilas or Merlins, whereas those are what we're seeing some, it looks like we're seeing some damage on the Merlin. Not a great choice to send your sentries after a Merlin early, if that's what's hitting them.
Tinker's going.
He is going down fast, and that is going to be a huge blow to Cynosural Field Theory. One of their three Dominixes, again, those are 20 points each. These are super expensive ships for a tournament.
And their team captain as well.
Yeah, and he is now off the field, and it looks like CAStabouts is just saying, screw the rest of this team. We're going to go take the Dominixes down right off the field, and it obviously worked for the first one. Dominix, of course, with Tech 1 tanks, a lot of buffer, but they don't rep as well as some of the other ships, like an Ishkur would, so it is not enough. They are not getting enough reps in from that Daenerys to keep them alive.
Yeah, I mean, CAStabouts now, their frigates are starting to take a little bit of damage, but they're just flying really well. They're staying at max range, really mitigating any incoming DPS, while they just slug away at those Dommies that just can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, these drones are just not tracking from the Dommies. I'm going to try to get a good look at exactly what they're doing. It looks like they may have abandoned them and switched to something else, for at least some of them, but it's not doing the job. Whatever it is, Cynosural Field Theory has already lost two of the Dominics. The third is about to follow, and CAStabouts has yet to lose a ship.
There are so many rep drones that aren't repping this Dommy. There's like 15 medium and lights that just aren't on Meglar's Dommy. They're having a lot of trouble managing both their offensive and disoffensive drones, and it's really screwing them up here.
Yep. The big groups of them, they're just kind of following around. Like they will say they have one group following an Ishkur and not keeping up with the Ishkur. I don't know exactly what they're trying to do there, but that is going to be their third Dommy exploding on your screen. And that's all the DPS almost. They have three Ishkurs in a Malediction, some Tristans, which are probably just fit with armor maintenance bots. There's nothing they can really do at this point, the CAStabouts team. This is an incredibly confident performance from CAStabouts. Often you come up against a team like this and you're going to try to be careful. Let's see if we can knock down the Aneros first, pick off some frigates. But what they just decided to do was go in and punch those Dominixes in the face, and it paid off perfectly in this case.
I mean, these are two teams that are probably going to see a lot of each other on Tranquility. They probably have a relationship between the two corps. I mean, CAStabouts is typically PvP in Syndicate. You've got Nocturnal Romance, right next door in Placid, with their supers and carriers and all that good stuff. So they probably run to each other on Tranquility. The pilots probably know each other. So it's very interesting to see how two teams that may fight against each other and have different records on Tranquility come to the AT and see how they do against each other here.
And CAStabouts, of course, is a team that has impressed us in the past in tournaments with the 8-cast team that they have brought in previous Neos. This is a pretty strong showing. This is definitely them staking the claim to be a team that you don't want to run into in this losers bracket, because they're already just knocking off Cynosural field theory without looking like they're breaking a sweat.
I have to say, I'm really, really glad they decided to give up on the let's bring only 6 pilots, as we saw in the last round, that really cost them a match. Here, they've got a really well thought out setup, a lot of damage, they've got a lot of strong support. You can make a lot of decisions with that setup. Whereas with a setup like Dommies, as we said, when you bring Dommies, you're committing to just kind of sitting there and trying to tank.
Yep.
You can't really do much beyond that. Your choices are in that of your drones and on where you apply your newts if they come within newt range.
Well, it's kind of funny. You mentioned CAStabouts not bringing a 6-player team like they did last time, but they actually didn't have the option to bring that because Cynosural Field Theory went with a very targeted ban. CAStabouts last time brought what is really the only legitimate reason to have only 6 pilots, which is you're flying a Tinker. And they ran a Tinker with the Tengu Logistics, and we saw now Cynosural Field Theory has decided to ban out Shield Tinkers as completely as you can. You ban the Tengu and Loki, that means you don't want to face a Shield Tinker. And they obviously didn't want – I can see why they didn't want to face that with Dominix's, but CAStabouts came in here with super high DPS Rattlesnakes and Gilas and just cleared the field with them. And that is the match. With only taking like less than half of the time allotted to them, CAStabouts has entirely destroyed the Cynosural Field Theory team.
Nocturnal are not going to be happy with that at all.
And with that means CAStabouts moves forward through the losers bracket and will live to fight another day. And we'll be back after some ads in just a moment for Unthinkables versus the Devil's Warriors Alliance.
See you in a bit.